it last minute is really, really sad. So
It's not sad, it's mean.
So what's the other song that, because we haven't worked on the Songo at all.
No, I didn't.
The other one is Manteca. So we can talk about that one. The other one we could potentially talk about is we can talk about Spain. That's Chick Corea. Yeah, so we got all these different ones that we can talk about. But yeah, he just mentioned today. He's like, oh, I might drop this.
That was the part right there that he.
The ballad.
With the brush part.
Yeah.
He
move into okay. What do I got in here? These ones are mine, right? I think these are new.
Yeah, those are yours.
7 A's. All right.
I want those now.
What?
You have plenty of sticks right now, dude.
Yeah, I have all of these.
All right.
Weird
Well, I'll
stuff.
tell you what. Since we've got a lot of stuff that we could be working on, why don't we just kind of jump straight into it?
We were
Okay,
just
we
we were
literally,
just
like,
playing
just
at home
practice
too.
it.
Cool.
Like, just put it into to the music and I'll just go.
Yeah, I think that's probably how we're gonna do this. Warm ups and stuff we can save for another time, but.
Hello there.
From left field. Little Blink 182 from left field right there.
Yeah, in fact, I was listening to Chicago the musical on the way here because I guess that's what they need from the choir.
On Spotify,
Oh, boy.
there was like one band playing and it was The Used.
No, yeah,
So many
just been-
songs from The Used. So.
Also, come to think of it, he just called a funk tune, and that could be a lot of fun for you now that I think about it.
What? I thought we were doing this.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. So right now there's like, I think he's called 6, maybe we're up to 8 now tunes. So we have, let me see. So he has called Groovin' Hard, which is a Buddy Rich song. He called Sea Jam Blues, that's another Duke Ellington.
Oh,
Speak No Evil, that's Wayne Shorter, that's a swing. Chameleon, Herbie Hancock, that's the funk tune. Spain, Chick Corea, that's that one's fast, but that's another Latin tune. It's another Latin. I saw Blue Monk on his desk today, so that one might be coming out pretty soon.
what's Blue Monk?
And then yes, Manteca down here. So we've got a lot of options. The ones I have music for here though are Ellington and Manteca. But like, this one I think you could learn pretty quick. I'll play just the beginning of it and send it to you guys. I think you can get this one quick. Oh, let's not get copyright infringement on YouTube yet.
That wasn't more than 5 seconds, so we're good.
Are we all right? Are we in? Nope. There we go. I think that connected now. There we go. Sounds kind of funny, huh? I think drums drop in here. Let's find the melody. There we go. you already have that so much smoother than all my other drummers.
Really?
But this is more in your wheelhouse, right?
Yeah.
So the cool thing to remember, and you picked up on it right away, is that it's not quite this. There's a swing to it, right? Yeah. So there's a bit of a swing to it, but it's not like a full swing, like a shuffle. Yeah. It's like a hint of a swing, which is cool, but you picked up on it.
What do you want me to do?
Well, here's the deal, right? You don't really need a lot of practice on that. All you need to learn is those hits.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Ba 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 da da da. That's it.
But this is going beneath that. That's just a horse.
I get it, but they'll still like you to do that kind of stuff, right? Anyway, so here's the deal, right? So this is as big or as little as we want it to be. Okay? So he told me that he wants you on a Tuesday. Okay? So that could serve a couple things. Let's say by next Tuesday you are ready to go with all these songs. Let's just pretend. Okay? By next Tuesday, you sit down on the drum set, you would get 2 hours of whatever the band is going to work on. It would just be boom, that'd be you playing with a jazz band for 2 hours.
Afternoon?
Well, I don't know. We can work that out. But for one Tuesday, that would be 2 hour block. Just boom, you get that with the band. While I go next door and I'm working with the other kids. So I've got a kid that's working on marimba stuff. I've got Angel's trying to learn. He's on a crash course learning Afro-Cuban. Boom, 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 that kind of thing, right? By Alfie. Yeah, I'm trying to get him to do that. I've got another kid, I'm trying to get him to do like a fast swing. There's all this kind of stuff that I have all of them working on, but I'm repeatedly getting them pulled over into the band, even though they're not ready. So I tried to get Gabe to sit down on this song today, and he couldn't do it. So I sat down on it, and I played it. But that's not what they're paying me to do. They're paying me to teach. I end up doing playing. Because Gabe he's not ready. So instead of saying, okay, well, he's not ready yet, we're going to work on it. You work on it over there with them. You go, well, somebody needs to play it, so you do it. Okay? So that's going to be the advantage. It's going to be kind of everybody wins. You get to hang out with the band for 2 hours. I get to teach for 2 hours uninterrupted. And the students get my time uninterrupted so that I can continue to work with them. Okay?
Yeah.
I would love if there was video taken of some sort. I'd probably still poke my head in every once in a while to make sure that it's going well.
Yeah,
but the idea in a perfect world is that I could prep you at least a little bit on all these tunes and then just cut you loose and you could just hang with the band, and that would be pretty cool. Okay?
Although I would be missing basketball probably.
I think as a one-time thing to do something like this, that would
totally okay.
Yeah. It's not every Tuesday, but I think this is a good opportunity. Okay? So with that in mind, the more of these that we can learn, the better. Okay? Because then what happens is I say, okay, Mr. E, he's ready to show up. So can he come in on this Tuesday? And he goes, yeah. And he says, which ones does he know how to play? If I say only this one, they're not going to work on only this tune for 2 hours. It's not going to happen.
I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on that.
It's not going to happen. So I can send you a list of all the things that they have prepped, and we can you can mess with them. This one's too hard. This one's fine. This one's too hard, but I can get the rest of them. You know what I mean? Like that kind of a thing. And you guys can kind of work that out. So I think what we're going to do today is we're going to at least do a little bit of listening. I'm going to show you kind of a quick, here's how to do this, because you're coordinated enough to pick these things up quick. And we'll touch on this as well, because I know you worked hard on it, and I want you to be rewarded for that.
Yeah, I worked. Dad made me stay
But I'm
till 6:30.
currently fighting to get him to keep this song. Okay?
Tell him you literally just. You made me do this.
I know.
For
He doesn't care what I'm doing in my private practice, and I don't blame him for that. But Angel, who isn't in my private practice, he is working like crazy to try to get this thing under control. So to turn around and tell Angel, hey, you're hours and hours, extra hours, he stays after school to hang out with me for an hour, 2 hours sometimes, just to work one-on-one on this piece. If then Mr. E cuts it, that feels so bad. So anyway, I'm trying to...
What if Angel doesn't have to do it because I'm there?
Well, He wants to do it. So he ultimately, at the end of the day, I want them playing for the concert, but I want you to have the experience of sitting in with a jazz band so that you can kind of get a feel for what it's like. Okay, so if you do some rehearsals while I get them ready so that they can do the concert, everybody gets to win.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
And if somebody has to back out last minute.
Yes, he did also say that. So if Gabe, for example, Gabe's the one who has Manteca, Angel will very likely not be able to just sit in and sub for Gabe on Manteca if Gabe gets sick or he is traveling.
I will have to sub.
But you don't have to. You could. Because what has happened in the past when that happened is I subbed and it was fine.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing is also a possibility. Meaning that, if you learn these songs and then one kid the week before says, I can't do it, I'm dropping out of band or I'm moving away or whatever, you could go and sit in instead of me. Yeah? So that's also an option. Okay? So, with all of that said, let's do kind of a little bit of a crash course. I'm going to do what I just did for Chameleon. I'm going to let you hear a couple of these different tunes. I know.
I've been working.
Let's do this too. Okay? But I already have this all set up, so let's knock this out. All right. So I guess we can start with some of the easier ones, right? So
Yeah,
let's take a look at this. This is easy. This is swing, right? Try it just a little bit differently, right? Because what the band is hearing is they're hearing a 1, a 2, a 3, right? If you play it more like this, then they get a better sense of like what the pulse is, right? Okay, go ahead. Not so bad, right? So the only thing would be hearing and learning how to sort of, even though you don't have it written out in front of you, be able to catch the figures with the band, right? So if I back it up a little bit, see if you can grab the figures. Go ahead and go over there, because it'll be a little bit easier. So, did you hear the melody? Ba-da, 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 ba-da. Right? So, that could be just a little ba-da, ba-da, little thing like that. What's the easiest one? The last one. Da-da, 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 do-ba-do-ba. Right? Even if you don't really hit the other ones, like I might just hit the second note. G G G G G ba da ba da ba da do ba do ba. Right? So because they're a high school band and not a professional band, they'll probably hit the head more than that. That's a they're done with the whole melody for a minute, and the next 4 minutes are all going to be solos because, well, I guess the last 30 seconds will probably be the head again. But yeah, they're going to all take solos. Okay, pretty easy to just jump in on and play, right? No big deal. Okay, this one's going to be similar. Go ahead. Change. 1, 2, 3. There's gonna be a bunch of doobity-bahs. Doobity-bah, doobity-bah, doobity-bah. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. Play through, just play time. It's crazy. So it's just da 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 da. So the way that I have been teaching them is to play down, down, up, 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 down, down, up, 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 up. Yeah. So focus up. We got a lot to go through today. Okay? Alright, so another one not so bad, right? So obviously, if you took more time to work on these, they're going to sound smoother, they're going to sound clean, they're going to sound better. But I'm just showing you that these are all within your wheelhouse. For you to just be able to show up and do these should be fine. Okay? Don't worry about the figures for now. You don't know them, so just play. So, again, all of these change when you got music in front of you, and you've got some hits that you can follow and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So, for now though, I'm just showing you that it's just a medium swing, you know? Whatever. He just handed that out, so I'm not sure that, I'm not really sure what we're doing with that. We haven't actually played it in class yet, he just handed it out. Okay, so this one's gonna be one of the ones that's a little bit trickier, okay?
Which one is it?
Spain. So this one's going to be a lot trickier. This is Dave Weckl. This is Chick Corea. They're monster musicians, okay? But I can
Korea.
Keyboard player. But I can simplify this for you, okay? So just listen to it first. Actually, let's get to the head. This is a cool song though. So you might end up really liking this one. It'll be fine. So, the only hit you have to catch at the end of that. Da, ba, 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 right? At the end of that little section. I think you should definitely catch that. Try to catch these other ones. Those are tough. Because it's all these crazy syncopated notes. It's like all of a sudden it's all over the place, right? So, that you don't need to do. I'll show you how to play this. First of all, you remember when you're playing samba, not partito alto, just regular samba. Do you remember what you're doing with your hands? It's just... We're going to do the same thing, but over by our feet. Can you give that a try?
Yeah, sure.
Try. That's pretty much how you're going to do it. Yeah? You want to see? I'll show it to you real quick.
It's good. It's
Sure.
just, yeah.
Try to play it over. See what it sounds like, dude.
Okay, give it a try. This is probably the hardest one being called other than this. I think these two are the hardest ones.
I think that's actually harder than this.
It right now, because I just showed it to you, but as far as like all the things that you're expected to do in here, definitely not. Especially once you kind of are using that little trick.
My brain's not
So it's just a matter of getting comfortable with your buyout feet. If you can get comfortable playing at that tempo, that's gonna be fine. Yeah. If that one ends up being the one that's too hard, then fine. I'll send you over to a rehearsal and say, okay, you guys, the only one that he can't do is Spain. So
like.
so you can
I'm
run.
10.
You can
Why
run.
am I?
Don't think of it like that. Don't think of it like that.
Why
Right?
am I supposed to do this?
It's just two things. And right? And that part's easy. All you gotta do is learn the melody enough that you know where the ba ba ba, and that's how you end it. Then you just get back into the boom boom boom. It sounds like a lot, but as soon as it clicks in your head, that's all you're doing. This switches all over the place, which is what makes this so hard. There's figures everywhere. You're switching styles. You're switching
I don't even hit all the
tempos.
figures, though.
Sure. But with this, it wouldn't be. You're really just kind of doing the two sections back and forth. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So it's actually not so bad. Like, in fact, the way that I was playing it in the rehearsal, I think it sounds kind of cool. So once you get used to doing it that fast. Absolutely not. I was doing this, not them. So Angel is doing this. I've been having him do that every day for like an hour, so that he can play this real smooth. He's getting the hang of it, but where he's getting caught up is here. You're right, it is. You're right. The groove, the thing about the buyout pattern is it's less symmetrical than the samba is, which is why the samba is actually easier to do that. Because both halves of the measure are the same thing. And then the next one is the same thing. Right? Whereas this one, you have the first half is, and then you have, so you have asymmetrical. You know? So anyway, I tend to think that coordination is harder with Bayal, which is why we're just doing this. That's what I'm doing with Angel every day right now. But eventually, once you can do that, then you can worry about extra fancy stuff. But if we put this back on, you can. I didn't think I went that far back. Stuff, you don't have to do any of that. So, as long as you could get those transitions back and forth, you're fine. Technically, he's going... But you don't have to do that.
That means you don't have to do the hand.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you'd want to get some left hand work in there too. But yeah, to get that...
Doing that at 200.
That's to me why it kind of feels like a samba as well, because that's going on. Yeah, I'd have to work on that again. It's been a while. So,
it is kind of hard though. Like,
it what?
Yeah, like listening to this is what I wonder how fast this is.
Like what we were telling you when we were practicing. Simplify.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the big thing is that if you get fast music is actually deceptively easy, because when things go really, really fast,
they get simple.
Yes.
Because you can't.
Because you're just doing quarter notes and eighth notes. You didn't hear me going brrr, trying to get these triplets out. It was all just quarter notes and eighth notes. Because it's going.
It's like 200.
So I think it's like 130 cut time, which means really it's like 260, 250, somewhere in that range. So you just do quarter notes and eighth notes. Even when you were doing, if you were to do fills for this, right? Just heard us. You could even just do, right? Just simple quarter note, eighth note stuff that we've worked on in here before. So you don't have to get fancy with triplets, and you certainly don't have to do 16ths at 260.
Unless you always start up.
Yeah, but we're not. So anyway, if you were to work on all these, that's probably the one that would need the most attention. But the more of them that you have down, the better that you'll be able to play them with the more that you'll be able to play with the band during the rehearsal. Does that make sense? Because I mean, I hate to say it, but as much time as you're spending in this, what if they go, okay, he's all clear to show up on Tuesday, and we're gonna work on Spain, Chameleon, Speak No Evil, and Manteca. It's like, well, but I worked on that one. It's like, well, they're not working on that one tonight. You know what I mean? It can happen. So
if it was Spain, I'd just say I can't do Spain.
Because here at the end of the day,
if you have
right,
sheet
what
music.
you have to realize, right, is that my priority is split because I'm working with those kids, but I'm also working with you, right? I'm invested in both. Mr. E, he's got nothing to do with your instruction, right? You're there as a guest. So if I say, well, could we do Ellington because he worked really hard on that? He's going to go, so? my kids need to work on this stuff, right?
I spent
I know.
hours.
But here's the thing, though. It's good for you either way, right? It's like if you did a bunch of push-ups preparing for some kind of strength competition, and then the competition, it rained or whatever, and they canceled it. It's like, well, you still did all those push-ups, so you still got strong, right?
Or it was arm wrestling when you got there.
Yeah, so it's same kind of thing. So
Right.
even if you don't get to play this particular tune with the band, learning this still made you stronger. Yeah?
It made me get a little grumpy at jazz.
That's okay.
Because you haven't picked up some of the changes yet. That's what it really is.
Okay, so Manteca is really the only other one to listen to, and
Headphones.
that's just the Songo. As long as you learn your Songo, you're going to be fine. There's a section where it switches to swing for 16,
Oh.
but it's real quick and it comes right back. So you play Songo for a while and then it switches over and then it switches back. Okay? But that's the same as this. This is Caravan and then switches to swing, right? So it's similar. Okay, so
Caravan's actually kind of fun.
good. Well, all of it gets more fun the more time you spend on it and you actually start working on it.
Yeah.
I think you actually would really enjoy Spain once you got playing it because it's, there's a lot to do. Whereas like C Jam Blues might be boring for you, might be too simple. So,
What was the Songo pattern again, Bubba? Do you remember it? The Songo pattern, do you remember it?
My what?
The Songo pattern. Third
No.
time.
You don't remember the Songo?
No.
Oh, I was just about to cue up the Ellington, but now we gotta talk about Songo.
What? Yelling? That is not Songo.
Yeah. But I gotta make sure that you know Songo as well.
Songo is Songo.
Songo's the linear pattern.
Oh.
Remember it from 4? Close. The first half was right. Boom, da, do, da, da. Manteca today, and Gabe was not able to do it, so I had to sit in and I had to play it for him. So, all the more reason for you to get it under control, so you can sit in with these things. Ready? How far did you work? Can you go from top to bottom, or
Yes.
are we? Okay, great. You got the brushes over there. Ready to go? All right, here we go. So you wait on that. Good, go softer on your kick drum. There you go.
Am I allowed to do that?
I don't like that.
Why
Can you rotate back for me, please? No, you're not gonna do it. Why not?
Why can't I do it like that?
He's trying to get back to the song, even though it went to the next ad, so you have to close it and reopen it.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so the big one is as we spend more time with it.
It'll get better.
Yeah.
But at least I got through.
Yeah. No, that's great. So first of all, I was stoked. A lot of your transitions were still really nice. The only thing that needs a little more work is some of the figures, really, and I guess the last section.
Well,
So the tom part. Boom ba 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 da ba 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 ba. Listen.
He explained it differently.
So that's not swinging enough.
I'm playing it
Bro.
like the song.
Hey, don't break down. Pay attention to what he's trying to show
told
you.
me differently.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Pay attention to what he's telling you. Who's the drummer of the three of us? And him.
Him.
Not me.
You drum, yes, I've seen you.
Yeah, it's fine. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll be like, hey, this is like this, and then after I go back and I listen to it a little bit more, it's like, actually, I think it's more like this, right? So to be like, well, he said, it's not really important because you're not in trouble, right? It's not somebody that's at fault here. I'm just correcting it. You'll just have to change how it feels a little bit, and that's gonna be fine. Because again, once you can hear it, once you have the feel for it, it's gonna be fine. As soon as you have that, it's fine. The thing that makes this part hard is that you switch back and forth, right?
Yeah.
da 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 ka do ka da ka do da da ka da 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 ka do ka da ka do da da ka da 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 ka do ka da ka do da 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 ka do ka da ka do da da. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that whole pattern is one time through. So you have to do it one time through, two times through, three times through, four times through. Then you switch to ride cymbal 1, 2, 3, 4. You go back to toms.
Repeat it twice.
It repeats the last two measures. So you do this measure, then this measure, and then it tells you to repeat both measures. Repeat that one and that one.
I thought it
So-
would do it entirely again.
Yeah. So you do this, and then you do it again.
The two looks like this, and then you do it again,
Yeah.
and then you do it third time.
So I'm gonna play the end so that you can hear it. Because you tend to, once you can hear it, you have sort of an oh moment. Right, it clicks and you go, oh, I got it. So let's find the end. Let's get to the end of Caravan. So, were you able to follow? It's fast. You can still follow with your eyes?
Yeah, it's more like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it's fast. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because they keep the Caravan tempo.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, you're pointing to a different measure every count. It's not that fast.
Based on the way. So, those are all your different sections, right? So you got to make sure that you're looking to contain the energy, right? One of the things that I noticed a lot is that when you're not panicking, but when you're not really sure and you're trying to catch the figures in any way you can, you actually try to catch it with your bass drum the most, which that's kind of a habit that we're going to need to break a little bit. I'm a rock drummer.
I know, my dude.
Great.
I know. Which is why Chameleon is going to be so rad, right? But here, it's just not in the style. So when you're going like that, like it's too much. It's not really what they're looking for. In fact, oftentimes your feet are the things holding the tempo. Yeah, and feathering is a tough thing.
I tried to feather.
I know.
It's
tough. Do you play heel down when you feather?
No.
Okay.
It's actually, when I play heel down, it's like...
Does it hurt your muscles right there?
Yes.
Yeah.
If I play this, I can feather
Mm-hmm.
well, but if I don't pay attention, I end up...
Well, the easiest way to feather, unfortunately, is to keep your heel down because it forces your volume down. And if you're going really light, then it shouldn't burn your muscles too much. But even if it does, you know what that means? You just have to build up that muscle.
Same as everything else, right? So you do it until your muscles get tired, and then you take a break. Do it again until your muscles get tired, take a break. It'll build up your muscles, and it'll let you do that kind of stuff. This is also way too low for that kind of stuff. They need to be able to hear that. Like, you should almost not even really be able to hear it. So
I keep it low because anytime I do it, it ends up getting bigger.
So the other thing that you can do is, if that's causing a problem, it's redundant. Do you know what that word means?
I can spell it, but no, I don't know.
Okay. Redundant means that there's somebody already doing that part, so you're doubling. It means that they don't really need you to do the bass drum.
Oh.
If you have a bass guitar player, that's what the or stand-up bass, either way, that's what they're doing. Boom, 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 boom. They're doing that. So you playing that's why you have to play it so quiet, is you're staying out of his way, right? So the only time that I ever really bring that in is if the bass player is struggling. So if I'm playing at the high school and he's like really having a hard time keeping it together, I'll start to bring it in to be like, bro, here's where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be right here. So in the same way that you did with Emmy Lou, right? When you were playing with Rachel? Yeah, you were doing that kind of stuff to like let the band know this is where you're supposed to be.
It was just that one. That's
what this is for. You actually don't need that. If you're doing a shout chorus, it's perfectly fine. Right? So you don't actually have to have it. Okay? Because it's a shout chorus, it's big and it's enormous, which is why you've got a little more leeway. In fact, this is probably where I like it the most. I'll do it here too, just because I'm trying to keep the intensity while bringing the volume way down, right? Huge volume difference from here to here. Were you able to hear that when we did the recording? First of all, are we... Okay, yeah.
We have 4 minutes.
It's fine. We go over a little bit, it's fine. So... you use it for volume difference. They don't retard that at all, actually. We usually do. We retard this. So, rather than they keep it all in time. They keep that going. So, that's something else that you can kind of, I guess, keep track of. So, Caravan sounded sweet. That was cool. Your brushwork sounded nice. Brushwork sounded nice. I was fine with it. It was even kind of neat. They have it written here to go over the ride cymbal, so you were doing that. I have a set of brushes that actually has a wood handle. So
oh yeah, you told me about
yeah,
that.
so what I'll do is when I'm doing the brushes, I'll flip it around to where the brush part is in my hand, and I'll hit there. In fact, when you came to see me at Ventura College, that's what I was doing.
I remember Rachel, she'd always have me use lightning rods to like keep it down.
Yeah.
That's kind of like it, but it was just no fun because anytime I do this, it'd be like.
Yeah, they're squishy and feel kind of weird, especially when you start trying to do doubles with rods.
Yeah, it just.
It's like ooh. Okay, but the beginning is good. I would say I would like you to get more confident with the hits that are at the beginning. So I guess let's do this. I'm going to circle the parts that I want you to touch up on. But that's a huge amount of improvement in 1 week. Huge, huge, huge. So
Just the Caravan line.
Until like 6:30 every night, just.
Good. Look at how much it helped. That was crazy, dude.
caravan line, those tom lines, if you can write that out, because the way it's written, I can't
Here's this,
hear it that way.
and then